Here we go, that's better. Okay, so I'm going to be walking us through a setup of Node.js, a Node.js Express server. That is going to, I learned about Node Express and well, most of the mean stack at Codecraft, which is hosted here. And so I'm going to go ahead and give us a presentation on how to set up a basic bare bones server. Our end result is just going to be hosted online here. It's just going to be a hello world page. Nothing too interesting, but the knowledge of how to build the server is what we're getting at today. So let me clear out what I had from before. Okay, to start off, what we need to understand a little bit about Node.js. Most of us are used to seeing JavaScript on the web browser. Whenever we click a button or an alert pops up that says, oh, your checkout has been completed successfully. That's JavaScript on the browser. We're going to be doing some JavaScript on the back end for a server. So what we're going to need to do is go to nodejs.org, not .com, and download the most recent release, well, the long-term release. Go ahead and keep that file and run the program. And then select all the defaults going through on of the install. Agree to the terms, which everybody's read, I'm sure, right? Install, and then enter your password. And it'll go ahead and install. There it is. You can go ahead and move the installation package to the trash. Now, there's a couple things that you're going to need to build up a Node.js server. To begin, your favorite text editor. I'm going to be using Atom. You can use whatever you'd like. And a command line. I'm going to be using the built-in terminal. There's many other terminal emulators out there that you can use. So I'm going to go ahead and clear out what I've got going on here. And open up my text editor. Perfect. Clear that out as well. Actually, I'll hold on to that. Now, to start, we're going to make a new folder on the desktop, just to make this easy, and call it Node Bare Bones Server. Make sure there's no capital letters in there, or else the program will get angry later on. And then in the terminal, we're going to have to navigate to that folder. So cd, which is change directory, onto desktop, and then you can hit tab to autocomplete that, and then cd again into node bare bones server, which again you can also hit tab to autocomplete. Now, there's nothing in this folder at this point, and I'll open that up to show you what's going on, but we're going to go ahead and create two files, and the command to create an empty file is touch. So just touch server.js, which is going to be where we're writing the code for the server, and then touch index.html. And that's going to be the page that we're hosting. Now we're going to do a command that's npm init, and that will initialize this, this program, this project. All right, give it a second. OK. And it's going to give us some information and then run us through a little bit of setup. So select all the defaults on that. And then it'll ask, is this OK? Say yes. And it creates this package.json, which is basically an instruction manual for the future to tell the project what to install. Once you use something like version control, like GitHub, then it will ignore what we're about to install, the node modules, and we're going to need this installation manual, the package.json, to reinstall whatever we've installed previously. So we're going to go ahead and install Express, which is used for server setup. So npm install --save. And that tells it to put it in the package.json so that we know to install it later, Express. And that'll run through a little bit of an installation. And there's the node modules, which in it, and we don't have to do anything in here, but just to see the Express package is in there. Now we're going to go ahead and open up the index.html in our text editor. And I've already got it typed up here, so I'll give you a moment to copy that out. You can also go to the tutorial that's already set up on our page and copy and paste it out of there. So I'll just give that a minute to let y'all copy it down. OK. So next we're going to, OK. Anybody else? Everybody finished up? OK, cool. OK, everybody's set up now. And then we're going to open up the server.js in our text editor, and we're going to code that out now. To start off, we're going to have to tell the program to bring in the Express package that we've just installed, and we're going to set it as a variable. So just var express equals require express. And that tells the program to look into the Node modules folder, find the package Express, and then bring it into our program. Now we've got to use something out of that package in our program. So var app equals express as a function. And then we can use it throughout our program. Now I'm going to start building this a little bit backwards from the bottom by doing app.listen on port 8000. And then a function, and I'm writing an ES6 if anybody's unfamiliar with it. And then we're going to console.log server started on port 8000. OK, so what this is. What did you say? ES6. Oh, ES6 is ECMAScript 2016. It's just the newest version of JavaScript that is now in production, I believe, but it's still not widely used. And OK, so what these lines do is tells our server to listen on port 8000. And when that happens, we're going to just log to the console, server started on port 8000. And we'll see that in a moment. Now, when it gets a request for port 8000, it has to know something to do with that. So app.get / which is the root location of this port. When we get a request to the root, we're going to call a function with two parameters, rec, which is request, and res, which is response. And that's a function. And with the response, we're going to send a file from _dir_name, which is the technical term is dunder_dir_name, which basically just gives us the path to the current working folder, which I can show you right here if I do a pwd, which is print working directory. It will give us this nice long thing. Dunder_dir_name provides us with this, so we don't have to type it out every time. Plus, in quotes, /index.html. And that will send the file index.html when we get a request to the server for the root location. Now that that's all set up, we can go ahead and save and make sure everything's saved. We have everything in here, and we can open up the terminal again, and all we have to do is node server.js, and it will say server started on port 8000, just like we told it to. Now we can open up our web browser and go to localhost 8000, and it will show nothing, which is incorrect.
That was what it was supposed to do?
Not quite. Let's see what went wrong.
All right.
So res.sendFile dunder_dir_name plus index.html. I did. Oh, you know what? It's probably,
Is that saved? Oh, it's this. Okay.
There it is. Now it's saved. Hooray. So yes, this tutorial is online on devfaction.com/tutorial. And There's plenty of other packages and such that are useful to use with Node. One in particular that I'd like to bring up is NodeMon, N-O-D-E-M-O-N. And that is a node monitor. It's for use in development for debugging and stuff. It's extremely helpful, and I use it all the time. Yeah, so with that, I will let Eric take back over for now. Thank you.